Part 4 of the story that I was on an exchange program in the US, and now a ghost is haunting me. What happened next burned into my brain like corrosive acid. And every time I close my eyes, I see the door slowly open and a figure enter the living room. It took me several seconds to realize that this something was Eric. His face was covered in blood, his right eye was hanging loose from its socket and the lower part of his left arm was missing. But what still haunts me in my nightmares to this day, and what Dr. Alwa would consider the reason for my post-traumatic stress disorder, was the fact that Eric no longer had any feet. He merely stumbled around the room on his leg stumps. I can still hear the sound his bones made as he staggered across the room. Clack. 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 Then he collapsed in front of the dinner table. Later in the autopsy they discovered that this was also the time of his death. Olivia screamed hysterically and James stared apathetically at the pool of blood spreading beneath his dead son. His face took on the red color of blood. His carotid artery filled up like a balloon. And then his head hit the table with a loud bang. The police report later cited a myocardial infarction as the cause of death. It wasn't the sneaky burgers that killed him, but the sight of his zombie-like son. Olivia suddenly fell silent as she looked back and forth between the lifeless bodies of her son and her husband. She straightened up and smiled at me. Like and follow for part 5.